What is Usirca? It's not what it's not. There are. The education is this. What is the bride of Christ? It's a whole body working together. Why can I not get released here? Because they don't want the bride to do what they're not supposed to do. Usirca. That's in the bride. Why can we not do what we're supposed to together? There is a real scenario there. The real ones are real, and we are in tandem together. Okay? It's not what it's not. The Messiah does see to it, to control it. Okay? There's a whole lot to be said there. Usurp is what it ain't. Okay? Usurp is that. Usirca is something else. Okay? There's no mystery there. They have to bind. It is the serpent in part for understanding. What is it? Gaining access. The serpent is subtle and sly and trickery and deceit to get in, to get legality, to get control, to get the power, to get the dominance, to get whatever they can. Usirca. It's like a circus. Circles, witching, the real kind that are anti-God, that are trying to get into God's house to steal God's power and God's freedom and God's people, real wisdom and truth and knowledge. Usirca. Okay, we don't have it. They're not part of the bride. That's part of what we are. That's the apostles, to stop it. There's no playing there. It's very real. Presiding, there's judges, there's more, there's courts of God in heaven, there's more. They deal with real principality, real Baals. It's very evil, it's very real. Got organizations that are doing this. Fivefold. You have court, law, medical, irrational, erroneous, deception, and several more digits. And all it is puppetry. And that's what's happening there. They're playing with people and positions and titles, and these people are all slaves. Half of them are dead. They don't see, they don't have God, they're anti. They're not married to the bride, the groom. We are the bride of Christ. We are in covenant with God. They don't have this. There's a whole lot to be said about it. We play, and this is off subject. The ring of fire went down, and the flames grew higher, and it burned. The ring of fire. I started messing with music and learning what really gets shared and disclosed, real trickery to deceive and to steal and lie. I started studying music in Hollywood and learning about real sorcery, real witchcraft and power, voodoo. Very heavy, very real, very psychic cycles. There's a whole lot to it, and that's not what we train. That's what we are. We prevent a lot of that and stop it now. There's stuff I can't release. I can't share it. I was just confirming to see if I could. But that's just a tidbit in governance. It's more, and these Baals and these principalities, we're trying to conceal and cover it and deny and shield and lie. And they use people and positions and corporations like puppetry. I like to think of Teen Titans. Their stories are wonderful to actually teach and or preach with intellect and intelligence, to train for reasoning, mental understanding, siring the mind. That's what apostles are for. Okay, it's a real reach for it. But the issue is this. They are trying to constantly steal from the bride. And it comes through finances, and it comes through big corp on top of us, individuals. And there's nothing we can say or do when everybody reaches in and takes half of it for plotting and scheming and whatever they can to get a hold of it. And they don't even understand why they are that. And what's happening is they're trying to inherit what we are, and they can't. It comes naturally through and with us for them. and we bless them. We are the salt and the light of the world. So that's probably the biggest way to not know it. Usurping is one way to say it. Usirca is a constant MacGyvering and trialing in the mastery of deceit and lies and covenants erroneous to take advantage and control. And it doesn't sleep. Evil never stops. And they always there trying with the dead and people that are anti-God and corporations that only give a shit about money. That's a Baal. That's Mammon. Okay? Which, materialism and the flesh and proper protection and guidance and resources and all that's very real. Wisdom in poverty ain't that. There is a right stewardship. There is real knowledge and understanding poverty mindset. Not that, but understanding how to be resourceful with very little monetarily. And they go fund big time on wasted resources. We have the wisdom, the intel, the knowledge, the abilities to really shell and share a whole lot that can save a lot of people. But the issues are apathy, acedia, carelessness, and ungodly desires and appetites of the world for playing and then just manipulating and pleasures that erroneous. Because I'll tell you this, God has much further and further power and play with the mind and even in marriage and sex and things like that. Real power, real pleasure that's far above the cap of just what's in normal society. It's very real. I've experienced it, and I'll leave you with that. It's godly and it's wholesome and holy, and when he brings it, it's far above it. But what they're running after is not it. You have to have God. You have to have the Messiah, the Lord Yeshua, Jesus. You need him. Usurp is a constant theme. There's circles with circles with circles with circles, and everybody is not held responsible. No one can be held responsible because everybody's keyed in on different positions to they were it. Oh, we don't define that, and we're not eligible to be responsible for that because that's what they studied and that's their master fabric guidance. It gets into goo-goo. No, they just not mature people. Okay, and the only issues was it was your money, your funnies, your funding, and they wanted it because they're on the clock. And so when they're on the clock, they took it, and they don't understand the real trespass there. That's treason when you steal someone and lie and shield it and hide it, and that's what I've went through by corporations, four and more together collectively took me out for this, being God's chosen to go forward and do what I'm supposed to, which is this. What was the problem here? They tried to take it like a SERP, to not have it. Now, it is and it ain't. That's what it is in the United States. In foreign nations, it's this, for real. We're not there, but it's coming if they don't know how to stop it. That's the guidance on this. We're not that for them, okay? We went all the way through it with the King of Kings, the judges. We're all the way there. But that is what usurp is about. It is a constant trialing with circles to not have to be responsible and to try and gain the authorship or the authority illegally, which it ain't real authority, but to have that position or that prestige to take advantage of somebody and stop them. So they are it. And it is demonic by design. It is evil. Easy to take somebody and lie and not understand it. Usirca. It's a big dumb circus. That's probably the best for that one.